Hey everyone, hope you're all well. It's Wayne from Undone. This is a kind of different twist on the Duchats. I'm actually get to physically be here with the person that I'm going to talk to. And today it's Kevin from TDN Tools and Training. You may have heard him mention in a conversation I had with Chris White a couple of months ago from Kiko. I'm not going to tell you too much. We're just going to hand over to Kevin and try and get some background out of him and see what he thinks. So Kevin, go on. Introduce yourself.
Hi, my name's Kevin, obviously, from TDN Tools and Training. I've been in the PDR industry for 23 years now, training for about the past 18 years, and I've been involved in TDN Group, which was the previous company to TDN Tools and Training. We've had a slight demerger. That's where Kiko was introduced into the company, bringing in the glue pull technique. So what we're looking to do is bring the latest in tooling, and most importantly the training that goes behind it, how these tools are used. And we're not looking to we're looking to encompass the whole of the collision industry, so that's body shops, smart repair and PDR repair technicians as well.
So I've come down here not only to meet Kevin, but also to get a better understanding of the Kiko range of products and also glue pulling itself. So glue pulling repairs is not, and correct me if I'm wrong, it's not in replacement of PDR repairs.
No.
It's to complement it, would you say?
Yeah, very much so. It runs hand in hand. Now you can run a full glue pull repair from damage to complete refix, or you can use it as a hybrid repair where you can still lay filler and paint over as you would do normally. So it's that separation between PDR and GPR, hence why it has its own GPR name.
GPR, and that's something we spoke about. But, and again, correct me if I'm wrong, Kevin. So if you had a body shop and you didn't actually have any PDR, paint, list, then repair skills, would you say that GPR, glue pulling repair, is an easier way to learn how to pull the dents out to start you getting down that route?
Absolutely. It's glue pull is that there's many myths and all kinds of information out there, and what we've done here at TDN and Kiko is we've produced a process, and that's the most important thing. If you follow the process, you can get the great results you're looking for. Now, PDR tools are so dissimilar to what everyone's used to using in the body shop industry, whereas the glue pull repair tools are very, very similar to the miracle pull systems and stuff that you're used to using on a daily basis. So rather than welding those studs on, obviously damaging the E-coat, what we're now doing is replacing those studs with glue and glue tabs. But the tooling we're pulling them with are very, very similar to what everyone's used to using. So it's a very natural progression. So really and truly, within a day's worth of tuition, instruction on how the kit works is kind of all that's ever needed in order to get the results that people are looking for.
And the way I also understand this and this morning we've spent probably about 2 hours going through a PowerPoint slideshow with some really interesting facts about it, and one of those is the 6 C's, and we'll talk about that in a moment. But so what I've come away from with that conversation this morning was you're actually, by using glue pulling, you're also reducing the extent of the damage that you're creating to that car to repair.
Yeah, 100%.
Because you're not grinding metal work away or body work. And so your repair area just becomes slightly smaller.
Yeah, very much so, yeah. And another part of that as well is obviously we need the paint in order to see the reflection so we can see the damage. The second you grind that paint off, you're working blind, there's a lot of the hand movements and stuff. We can see the highs and lows throughout the whole of the repair because that OEM paint is still intact.
So as you heard me just mention a few minutes ago, we talked about the 6 C's that came up in your PowerPoint. Do you want to just give us a little bit of information about that?
Yeah. The 6 C's is, I'll have to give Chris White credit for this. It's a process that simplifies, and it's actually on a lot of the packaging and a lot of the material that comes out with the Kiko collision kits. So on all of the glue packaging you'll see clean, juice, check, coat, correct, continue. Yeah.
Well done. So look, I kind of threw this at Chris. We were having lunch, and I said to him, Chris, can I have 30 minutes of your time? He didn't. Well, he knew I was going to be talking to him today, but I think you thought, Kevin, sorry. You thought I was going to be talking to you at the end of the day. So I've kind of thrown this at Kevin. We've sort of set ourselves up here. So for him to just reel that off like that, full marks, well done.
It's one of those things, it sounds quite complex. When you're out there doing it, it just becomes a natural process.
Yeah.
It's just those 6 C's. It's something that flows at the time. Generally, when I'm stood in front of the equipment, that's when it just it just easily flows out.
Not when you're in front of a camera and you're going to write it. So this afternoon we are going to. Kevin's actually got four guys currently finishing off a 4-week course. Well, 3 of them, and one of them has come back for a couple of days refresher course. So we're going to see, I'm actually going to talk to one of these guys who's made the step that a lot of you guys have brought up about, how do you get into this? Why would you move? And so I think it would be an interesting aspect for you to hear his words on why he's changed. But you're going to give Adam, because I've come down with Adam, you all know Adam the Dent Man from my workshop. So I've come down with Adam, and you're going to take us through some glue pulling this afternoon.
Yep. To show you I think everyone knows glue pulling. Do they really know glue pulling? That's the...
Yeah, well, we've had this conversation because I'm pretty black and white, I say it as it is, and there's been a couple of points that you've made during the presentation that we've sort of thrown up and said, does it really work like that? Can it achieve all these things? So I'm looking forward to being educated, really.
Yeah, well, I'm looking forward to doing it as well.
Yeah, so watch up. The next video, it may be attached to this, it may not, there may be a link to it, we haven't quite decided. But the next video will give you some idea of us with some shots and taking some dents out on some panels. And I hope you find that interesting. If you want to find out more about this product and the Kiko product range and the company itself, TDN Tools and Training, where's the best way to go?
Well, we have two main sites. We have TDNTools.com, that's our e-commerce site, and then we have TDNPDRtraining.co.uk.
Give us a little bit of brief information about the e-commerce site.
The e-commerce site's been going now for around 8 years. We are the largest tool reseller of PDR and GPR products in Europe. We hand select the products we bring over, so everything is more appropriate for the UK market, the marketplace we're dealing with. Obviously, a lot of the tools are made in the US. We don't have quite the cars they do, so we go over several times a year. We review, see what's new, bring the tools that are most useful to us in the UK across. Obviously, we do reviews. We have the TDN Tools YouTube group, so we're constantly reviewing tools. Also, our customers are also putting on reviews onto the websites as well. But we also have an app as well, which can be found in the App Store and the Google Play Store, I think it is.
Right.
If you're Android, I don't delve into that world. But yeah, you can go on it. It's a very, very easy to use app. Just puts everything on your fingertips. There's a wish list in there you can build. But anything you want to know, drop us a line. We've got all of the Facebook and WhatsApp messengers directly off the app and the website. Go straight through to Sam, who's our tool store manager. If Sam can't answer it, then he'll come and find me.
Just mentioning Sam in that conversation, you told us earlier that you're actually going to open up what would I call it, a shop or a storeroom upstairs where,
yes.
Where you can test all the tools or have a look at them. You're going to have every tool.
Yeah, we're going to have, we've just moved into the centre, so there's a lot of changes going on. We're having a purpose-built showroom upstairs, where every single one of the tools that we currently sell and distribute are going to be on display. So anyone can come in at any point in time, open up for weekends if need be, and they can come actually hold the tool in their hand and find out whether that's actually the tool for you and what makes sense for you in your jobs.
Well, there you go. So, and one more thing, I don't know if we're allowed to mention this. You sort of mentioned about the Saturday mornings. Can we discuss that?
Yeah. It's something I've put out there previously as well. I work 9 to 5, and a few more hours than those, Monday to Friday. Being an ex-route tech, I know what it's like to move out of my area during the business hours Monday to Friday. It's just not possible. So what I'm hoping to do is do some workshops on a Saturday where we can open the doors, invite guys down, test out the equipment, actually try stuff and ask the questions from the people that use this stuff day in, day out, and just give a little bit of education rather than just buying blind. So that's something, you know, now the whole world is starting to open up again. That's something we really want to put on. Once all the showroom's done, that's something we'll be pushing on a regular basis.
Great. And this was actually, I know that I just said that was the last thing, but there was a question that, one of the first questions we actually asked you, Adam and I asked you when we came in today, and it was a very frank question, because they do provide this training here, and the training, I think for what you get is fairly reasonable. It's not cheap, but you are, for the standard of the repairs and the training that you're going to get from the course, you are getting value for money. So, bearing that in mind, the amount of money that you're paying, my question to you, Kevin, and it was kind of thrown on the spot, was, do you pass everybody that comes on the course?
No.
Right.
No. We have a fairly strict, we vet generally most technicians that come or want to come onto the course, because we want to make sure that it's not the golden goose that everyone thinks it's going to be. There's a lot of hard work and effort that needs to go into learning PDR. So we want to make sure we've got the right technician here. And then at the end of every single week, we will go through a one-to-one with the technician. So we'll give them a form to fill in. We will then fill in our side, and we'll sit and we'll have a very brief 5-10 minute discussion to find out if they are getting out of the course exactly what they want. If there's any troubles, I mean, body language is number one. We can read body language. We know whether someone's getting it or getting into trouble. And it allows us to be able to take them to one side and be quite direct, you know, ask the questions. Are you enjoying this? If you're not enjoying it, then really, is there any point in carrying it on? So we'll come to an agreement with how the course moves on. You know, luckily we've only had a couple of occasions where that's ever required, because we sort it out on the front end.
No, but I think that's a really good thing, because it adds credibility to your business as well. It's not, we're going to take your money, we're going to give you a pass. It is, you need to achieve the standard. Yep. If you don't hit the standard, you're not going to pass. And you're being fair to give them that warning as well, to constantly assess them. Right, come on, let's go and pull some dents.
Let's go and push and paint. Let's pull some paint.
No,
hopefully not pull paint. No.
We're going to try some GPR glue pulling repairs. My day with TDN was really interesting. I went in with an open mind to try and learn and absorb as much as I possibly could. And I feel I got that. I actually came away learning new techniques, seeing the possibilities from GPR, glue pulling repairs, and I learned a few things that I didn't even know. So what would I sum it up as? Would I be interested in doing this and adding it to my service? Yes, definitely. And I already have some kits from the day that I've been using, and it's definitely helped to improve the size of the repair that I'm working on. I'm only working on smaller stuff, but I can move it into slightly larger repairs. With regards to the quality from Keko, the quality of their kit, that is amazing. Their tools are really, really well made. So it's a big investment, but it's definitely a worthwhile investment.